Hello, welcome back to Athens. In this episode, we are continuing our journey through the Acropolis, exploring more of its iconic structures and ancient stories, followed by more of the city as we step back into modern Athens. We are continuing this episode from the Greek flag at the Acropolis right at the top of the hill. From the top, you can see Temple of Zeus, Arch of Hadrian, as well as Lycabettu Hill, which we explored in the previous videos, looking completely different from up here. This is Erechtheion, one of the most unique temples on the Acropolis. It was built on uneven ground to honor several sacred spots at once and is closely linked to the legend of Athena and Poseidon competing to protect Athens. One of its most famous features is the Porch of Caryatids, where sculpted female figures stand in place of columns. The statues you see today are replicas, while the originals are preserved in museums, making this temple both historic and deeply symbolic. These are the remains of the old Temple of Athena, one of the earliest sacred structures on the Acropolis. The word Acropolis means high city, referring to the elevated hill that served as the heart of the ancient Athens. This is the Pandrosion, a sacred area dedicated to Pandrosos, closely connected to ancient myths of Athens. This marks the spot where the massive statue of Athena once stood, so tall it was said to be visible to sailors approaching Athens. As we descend from the Acropolis, it becomes clear why this hill was the heart of the ancient Athens. Its elevated position made it both a sacred center and a natural fortress protecting the city for centuries. Temples, sanctuaries, and pathways were carefully arranged across the slopes to honor the gods and serve the people. If you are planning a visit to the Acropolis, the best months are April to June and September to October, when the weather is pleasant and the crowds are smaller. Try coming early in the morning or later in the evening to avoid the heat and long lines. This gate is also known as Boulay Gate, named after Charles Ernest Boulay, a French archaeologist who discovered it in 1852. As we explore the north slope of the Acropolis, we came across sacred caves dedicated to Pan, Zeus, and Apollo. These natural rock shelters were used for worship in ancient times, blending nature with religion. You can also see rock cut steps forming and etc., showing how even the natural landscape was carefully shaped for gatherings and rituals. This is the Mycenaean fountain, an ancient rock cut water source. This is the sanctuary of Aphrodite and Eros, a small sacred area dedicated to the gods of love, reflecting the softer side of ancient Athenian worship. The Church of Saint Nicholas, and this path leads us toward the Lion Gate. This is Areopagus Hill, a rocky spot with deep history, once used for meetings and judgments in ancient Athens. Local musicians were playing along the way, adding such a nice vibe to the moment. From the Acropolis area, you can clearly spot the Temple of Hephaestus standing below. We have now come down from the Acropolis and reached the Roman Forum of Athens, an important public space from the Roman era. This area once served as the center of trade, administration, and everyday life, separating from the older Greek agora. Surrounded by columns, shops, and historic structures, you can clearly see how Roman influence shaped this place. Being here shows how Athens changed and adopted during Roman times. One place you absolutely have to visit in Athens is the marketplace in Plaka area. The streets here are buzzing with energy, lined with colorful shops, local souvenirs, handmade crafts, and cozy cafes. This area sits right below the Acropolis, so you are surrounded by history while exploring modern local life. You'll find everything from Greek jewelry and ceramics to traditional sweets and street food. You can easily spend time here just walking around and taking it all in. Plaka perfectly blends old world charm with everyday city life, making it one of the most enjoyable places to explore on foot. As we passed Syntagma Square, we came across several interesting buildings and museums. One of them is the Holy Catholic Cathedral of Saint Denis the Areopagite, an elegant church dedicated to the first bishop of Athens. Next, we have the Academy of Athens, one of the city's most iconic neoclassical buildings. Inspired by ancient Greek architecture, it's adorned with grand columns, statues, and intricate details that celebrate philosophy, learning, and the arts. Walking around here, you really get a sense of Athens' dedication to culture through the ages. Nearby is the Valienio Megaron, a historic building that once served as an important cultural and educational center in Athens. Its elegant architecture reflects the city's rich history. Next up is the National Archaeological Museum, home to some of Greece's most important ancient artifacts and treasures. And here we are, finishing our journey at the statue of Athena, the iconic lady herself. This also marks the end of our entire Athens series, exploring the city's history, landmark, and hidden gems. If you enjoyed the series, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe so you don't miss our upcoming adventures. Until the next adventure, see you soon.